everyone. I'm Juli.
And I'm Genny with a G. We're cousins and best friends
who live on opposite ends of the country, so we decided to start a podcast. Welcome to Get Funny. Welcome to May. Oh my gosh.
Also known culturally as Genny de Mayo. So
yes,
it's my birthday month.
By the time this episode is released, it will be your birthday already.
Yeah, it will be.
Oh yeah, this episode is coming out on your birthday. No, what
the
day is today? Today's the 7th.
Today's Sunday.
It's coming out on the 9th, which is the 9th is Tuesday.
Yes.
I'm losing my mind.
The 9th is my birthday.
Yes, I know, but for some reason in my head I kept thinking the 9th was Wednesday. It's not true.
Incorrect.
The 10th is Wednesday. Yes, so happy early birthday.
Thank you. Receiving it.
Some, things have happened since we last recorded. I am on strike now.
Yeah, so, you guys are really doing it. Shout out to the writers. Thanks for striking.
Shout out to the other labor unions who are standing in solidarity with us. Really appreciate that. We had a meeting last week at a big auditorium in LA, and there were representatives from the Screen Actors Guild there, the Directors Guild, the laborers, which is the name of their union, and then IATSE, which is a lot of the
I know
and very important to our cause, the Teamsters.
Yes.
And the Teamsters, I say, are very important. Everyone is very important to our cause, but the Teamsters specifically are the only union where it is built into their contract that they cannot and will not cross a picket line. So other unions just around the country, there's laws against striking in solidarity with another union. So if the Teamsters went on strike while we still had a contract, we wouldn't be able to go on strike with them. But the Teamsters will honor our picket lines. So that has been pretty dope. Yeah. Anyway, that was boring. What's up? What's up with you? What's going on?
Well, just here, traveling a lot, and just came back and realized that all these travel would allow that I would have some kind of status. Turns out I have no status. I just am a cog in the machine and sit in the back a lot. And it's fine. I don't need status. But I'm just saying, you would just assume that all these flights would mean something other than having anxiety traveling all the time. But it's fine. It's been fun. I was in DC last week and got to see a lot of people that I've known in the industry for some time. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to go back to DC at the end of the month and then again in June. So it's so funny because I met some people on Saturday. I was hosting a Latinx graduation for Emory University. And some of the families were talking to me and they're like, oh my God, how often do you go to DC? And I was like, I guess now often. Like that's...
You love DC. You're real...
Do not.
Real DC head.
Sure don't. Do not love DC. Okay, I find it very complicated. And I find it very DC, expensive.
And I find it very uncomplicated. What do you mean DC is expensive? You live in Atlanta.
DC is so expensive.
Okay, well.
Bro. It's so expensive. Literally, we had dinner the other day. It was $75.
Okay, that doesn't mean anything, Genny. You could spend $75 at Taco Bell.
Who would spend $75 at... Hold on. I can't have this conversation because I don't even eat Taco Bell.
Someone on the internet did, and they got roasted for it, but that's neither
wild.
Here nor there. Yeah, wait. So tell me, what does it mean? Because you sent me this in a text, and I was curious. You said you were hosting a Latinx graduation. Does that mean you are presenting the names of the people graduating?
So in this in this particular one, I was doing introduction of the ceremony, introduction of the keynote speaker with my co-host, doing a little riz and jazz over here, and then talking to the audience, but the names are actually read by the students who are part of the office of belonging and community. So they were the ones who read off the names.
Mm.
But I did all the
Okay.
other stuff. So I was an MC and people loved me. It was great. At first it was like, well, I don't even know if I'm going to get that much time on air, but I got enough to make a difference. And there was a Dominican student who had received an undergraduate award, and I was like, "De lo mío." We were acting up. It was great. So it was a good time.
That's cute.
Yes. Then at the end, some of the family members came and talked to me, and they were like, "You should do this more." And I was like, "Oh, thanks." So we'll see, y'all. Maybe I'll be the voice of Emery.
Nah.
We'll
Let's not limit you to just one college.
Oh, you're right.
It's
Maybe
quite
I'll be the
limiting.
voice of a generation. We'll see. But yeah,
Okay,
very
that seems too
exciting.
big, but we could find a
Okay.
middle ground. We could find a middle ground.
The
Yeah.
voice of Georgia.
Okay. Look, it's fine. It's fine. Also, just a fun thing that I have learned is that the general you can develop seasonal allergies as an adult. And I know this because it appears that I have developed seasonal allergies as an adult.
Well,
And
I'm not an allergist, but from my understanding, allergies come every couple of years. So sorry.
what do you mean every couple of years? That's not, you just made that up. You just pulled that
That's
out of
not a
your
made up
butt.
thing. It's a thing that says that you can have an allergy change within 7 years. So, what somebody was allergic to when they were younger, they might not be allergic to when they're older,
Yeah,
and
I
vice
mean,
versa.
that's, people say that about just like your whole body in general, like your cells.
Yes.
Yes, it's not a allergy specific thing. I think the allergies can come at any time, honestly. Regardless, that made this past week of me being outside real difficult for me.
Well, as I
And
always have on hand, get you some Claritin. Wait, get you some Zyrtec and some Flonase.
yes, I need to do that.
And you have to do them in like together. Like it's not going to work without it. It's
Okay,
kind of
all right.
crazy.
Well, I need to figure it out because I'm allergic to a lot of things. Just like I have a lot of allergies to ingredients and things and medications and stuff, and I have real sensitive skin. So don't let my skin come in contact with something it doesn't like. Also, can you not shake the pill bottle on the microphone?
I wasn't shaking it. It was literally putting it down and the rattle to happen. I wasn't shaking it. I'm not a kid.
Sure, Jan. But
Whoa, Jan,
I
what?
never thought that I would be this person. And I was talking to my brother yesterday, and I told him about it, and he was kind of cracking up. He's like, "Wow, I can't believe this." He's like, I take an allergy pill every other day, and Mom takes an allergy pill every day. Like this is how we live. I can't believe
This
you're
is
just now
life.
getting allergies. I'm like, how do people live like this? What is it? I took a COVID test because I was like, maybe it's just COVID. No, it seems to be allergies, and I hate that for me and for everyone
Well,
else who suffers.
I just feel like, yeah, you're late to the game. We've been doing this for so many years. I don't
But
even know what to tell
how?
you.
Why isn't there something? It just feels so
Again,
terrible.
again, I'm not an allergist. I just know it happens. I don't know. You walk outside, everything goes awry. All of a sudden, I mean, at least it's not like your eye itching, because mine is eye itch and throat itch and then sneezing. Like it's a lot of symptoms, and it just sounds like you have a bit
Oh.
of a
No,
runny
today
nose.
I'm good today. Yesterday I was basically laid up all day. Felt like I had a sinus infection. I had crazy sinus pressure, fatigue, sneezing. I like woke myself up in the middle of the night to have a sneezing attack. And Richard was like, "What is happening?" I'm like, "I've never woken up in the middle of the night to sneeze ever in my life." And I straight up woke up and sneezed like 10 times in a row. And then it was just
Mm,
like,
mm, mm, mm.
this doesn't feel
And
good.
not you being aggressive sneezer. Oh Lord! After the
You
third one, I'm done with people. I'm sorry. I sneeze. Keep it moving.
okay? Don't sneeze shame me. I
I
cannot
will
control how I sneeze.
get it all out and blow that nose. Oh, and if you have a trumpet blow, I don't like that either.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
so you hate how people sneeze. You hate how people blow their nose. This feels rude. What?
It's too much.
Richard says I sneeze like an old man.
All the way open without covering your mouth, because that's the only way I've seen
Ew!
old men do it. Ah,
Gross.
shit. That's literally in the
No.
airport, on the plane. I
Ew.
swear to God, you can tell when someone's not covering their mouth and they're sneezing. It is so
No.
gross.
No. It's not like he doesn't mean like that. It's just because I have a very loud, sudden sneeze, and he's like, "You sound like an old man." It's not a dainty sneeze, and I'm not
I had a
gonna
dainty one.
not gonna change myself for someone else. Someone is outside doing some things. I don't know what is happening. Well, anyway, shall we move on?
Let's.
Great. We watched a movie from 2019.
I still can't believe that.
I know, called Long Shot.
I just didn't know. I mean, I guess it's so weird because I'm like, wow, that wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't, but it was. You know what I mean? Like, if you actually.
Yeah.
Okay, if in our heads we feel like 2019 was last year, but it wasn't.
Right.
But it's just because the past 3 years have been what they've been.
Mm-hmm.
And so.
Oh
yeah,
my God, we didn't even say seen on screen. What's wrong with us today?
I don't know. Do you want to say it now?
I guess so.
Okay.
Well, now it's up. It's time for Seen on Screen.
Okay.
And this time we watch Long Shot. Go ahead.
Yep. No, you did great. You did great. We watched Long Shot. It has Charlize Theron. Is it Theron or Theron?
I thought it was Theron.
Theron?
Yeah, I thought it was Charlize Theron. No, is it Charlize
Girl,
Theron?
I don't know. You're looking at me like I'm saying something, and I'm not. I truly don't know.
I thought it was Theron.
The way you said it, it sounded like the wrong, and so I was singing the thong song in my head. Is actually what happened.
Let's see.
The wrong, the thong thong thong.
Dong 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 dong. What's her Wikipedia say?
Oh, I truly don't care. I'm gonna call her Charlize this time. It's fine. Charlize, and Seth Rogen. It is a political rom-com, which it's funny because I knew vaguely kind of what it was about, and I had never seen it until this viewing. And I'd heard that it was a really good movie, like better than people expected it to be. And so I was excited to watch it. And again, I knew what it was about, but when watching it, I was like, oh, this is like political. It just made me feel weird. I was like, I don't want to talk about American politics, especially because in movies like this, and a lot of media in general, they try to make American politics seem not as fucked up as they actually are. And so they try to be a little bit honest, but they can't be super honest because that would be a dystopian movie. So then they have to like gloss over a lot of things and make it like funny. And I'm like, let's not do that. If I want that, I'll watch The West Wing. I don't need that in a movie from 2019 when, let me remind y'all, Donald Trump was our president. So yeah, that was. But I like Seth Rogen. I learned that you do not.
Yeah, as I was watching it, I was just like not feeling him. I'm like, ugh. Maybe it was because I'm over it too, or maybe because I just was like, would in a world that these both people exist in real life, would they ever like hook up? Probably not. And so that's the part that I guess was kind of killing me, because I feel like Seth is just like, oh, well, I have a great personality, so I'm not going to know how to dress right. I'm not going to behave myself in a certain decorum. I'm just going to live my life. And then I'm going to get this hot ass, amazing woman who's going to be the president of the United States to be my lady. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a bit of it's a fantasy. Like, no, this movie would not happen because, so Charlize Theron, no, why do I have to say her last name? Because I'm saying it wrong. Let me just say Charlize.
I don't know if you're saying it wrong.
I don't
Maybe
know.
You're saying Charlize wrong. Maybe it's Charlize.
Okay, well, this blonde lady from South Africa, she plays Charlotte Field, right? And
Yes.
when we open the film, Charlotte Field is the Secretary of State.
A la Hillary Clinton.
Correct. Madam Secretary, indeed. And she learns that the president, who in this version of America, the president is someone who played the president on TV for years, which, okay. And he decides he's not going to seek re-election because he wants to break into movies, which I actually thought was pretty funny. And so he says he'll endorse her run for president. And so she's all excited about that. Meanwhile, Seth Rogen, who plays Fred Flarsky, he is a journalist for kind of like a progressive little Brooklyn newspaper publication. I don't know. And I know he learns that they are getting bought out by a huge, sort of like a Rupert Murdoch-esque corporation called Wembley. I think, is it Wembley? Girl, you don't know. You truly don't. Anyway,
I mean, I watched the film, and then like got it. So
okay, all right. Well, they're getting bought out, and it's basically everything that Fred Flarsky has been writing against for years, and it's everything that's wrong with American politics and American media and blah blah. And so he quits his job. Now his boss, who likes him, is like, "Okay, why don't you not quit? Let me fire you so you can get unemployment." And he's like, "No, I'm gonna quit anyway," which is real dumb, But he does it fine. So he goes to his friend, Baby Ice Cube. His name is Lance in this. Lance has a big high powered job with lots of windows. And Fred is like, "Yo, I lost my job. I want to get fucked up." And so they proceed to do a lot of drinking and drugs, maybe? Yeah, definitely drugs.
Yes, definitely drugs.
They find their way to a benefit foundation thing, whatever, for the World Wildlife Fund. And the reason that Fred agrees to go is because he learns that Boyz II Men is going to be performing. Now,
which is the best part of the movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you may not know this, our listeners may not know this, but I will go anywhere for Boyz II Men. So this was very relatable to me.
Boyz II Men at any time.
Yes,
it's end of the road.
Incredible. So I was real excited about that.
Bended knee, best part of the movie. Probably.
Yes, so good. So they go to this foundation gala or whatever. Fred is still dressed like a schlub. He's wearing a very colorful windbreaker jacket almost the entire movie, honestly. He didn't even change his clothes at all for this foundation. And he spots Charlotte Field dancing along to Boyz II Men, because it turns out she likes Boyz II Men too. And they make eye contact. And there's like some sort of vibe. And then he like goes away and Lance is like, "Yo, what the fuck? Do you know her?" So this is where we learn that Charlotte used to be Fred's babysitter when she was 16 and he was 13. Now, how is a 16-year-old babysitting a 13-year-old?
Girl, ain't no way.
I guess it was like the 80s or something. I don't know. But it was an embarrassing moment for Fred because he thought they were having some sort of connection. And one day he tried to give her a kiss while she was babysitting him. And then her boyfriend came in and kind of made fun of him.
Well, because he got excited.
A boner. Yes. I was trying to avoid saying boner on the podcast. They said in this scene that they said boner way too much.
They really did.
Stop. And they kept saying 13-year-old boner. And I was like, stop putting those words together.
That was a lot.
And we didn't need the flashback either. But anyway, so
flashback on him. She does not need to babysit him. It was very weird. It looks like she was just making a sandwich. It was so weird.
She was practicing her speech because she was running for student council, something or other. Anyway, so we're back in the present, and Madam Secretary wants to talk to Fred. And so he goes up, and she's like, "Do I know you? Do I remember? Like, do we know each other from before? I feel like we know each other." And then he tells her the whole thing, and she's like, "Oh my God." Whatever. that's their like meet cute of this because they kind of already know each other. And they get interrupted by the media guy who just bought out Fred's paper, Wembley or whatever. Some really ugly looking man.
Okay, so then he yells at the guy, the Wembley guy, and then as he's trying to be cool and smooth, he ends up falling and literally sliding into Boys to Men. So he has to be removed. But Charlotte Field is like, I need him to come work for me and be my speechwriter. Her team is like, why? He's terrible. And she's like, I think he's great. He's brilliant.
He
I love
makes
his
her
voice.
laugh. I don't know if she says
He
he's brilliant.
I think she does say he's brilliant. She is very impressed by him. She likes the way he writes, and she's like, he makes me laugh. So
Yes.
then they spend a ton of time together. She does this weird thing, the movie was so weird about this. She sleeps with her eyes open and standing up.
I mean, not always. I think the idea is that she's so tired because her schedule is managed to the 10th of a second. And so sometimes she takes these things called micro naps where she
That's insane.
has her eyes open and she's standing up but she's asleep. Yeah, whatever. What follows is them on a tour while she's announcing some global
Yeah, so
environmental initiative.
to your point of the earlier thing, like trying not to make government seem so crazy, they use like one of the softest things that won't ever pass ever about like green space and green stuff so that folks will be kind of like, oh wow, she's doing such a great job. But her one initiative is the only initiative that the current president is like, don't pass this. This is dumb.
Yeah, there's a little like corruption storyline. I don't know. I don't want to get into this. The actual plot doesn't matter, okay? What matters is it doesn't. It doesn't. What matters is that in the course of him traveling with her on her tour and he's writing her speeches, they fall for each other because he says, importantly, he's like, if I've been doing some research on speech writing and it seems like it's a good idea to get to know your subject so you know the best speeches to write for them. And so
Which is true.
they yeah, it's true and also a great way for, him to get to know her a little better. And so what ends up happening though is that she asks him the questions too, even though he's supposed to just be getting to know her. They start to get to know each other.
And
And
then they love what each other have to say. Ooh.
yes, they make each other laugh. It's cute. She seems really okay with his whole demeanor. Um,
She's really into it. I'm
really
just like,
is.
this would never happen. But then it could happen because that's what it is. Like, the bar is so low that people are okay with somebody who doesn't know how to act in public, but as long as they treat you right, they're okay with
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also just like she has spent years now um kind of just having everything managed for her and having everyone act like almost like robots around her and treating her like a robot. And Fred, he remembers her from when she was in high school and he treats her like a person he's just known. Like he's impressed by her, but he's not treating her differently because of who she is. Or because of her title rather.
And the best part is like they get in a shootout at some point, which that's the best.
That
That's
was
not the best part.
so weird.
It was so crazy and traumatic. But then there's another scene where she's like, I just want to get fucked up. I want to experience life as you experience. So he takes her to a club and she does Molly.
Mm-hmm.
And then as they're like doing their Molly dance and getting super excited, they literally have to get called in because she's the Secretary of State to a bombing issue that happened.
A hostage
And she
crisis.
has a hostage crisis, and she has to talk to the other leader, and she's like so high. She decides to take the conversation under the table because she's so high, and she's like, "Dude, chill out. Like, what are we doing?" It's so funny. I thought that was a great scene for her. She was great.
Yeah, it was a good scene. As expected, there's some drama because turns out the president wants her to scrap her green initiative or basically cut down a lot of the important parts of it because it's going to infringe on a deal that he has with Wembley, the media mogul, terrible person that we've been after, or been who's been after her this whole time, trying to set up a meeting with her. And even worse, they say if she doesn't do this, not only will the president not endorse her run for presidency, they'll also release a video that
Oh
they
God.
got from
It's
Fred
terrible.
Flarsky's webcam by hacking into his webcam. This is why you got to cover up your webcam, y'all.
Right.
I guess. They got a video of him in his hotel room masturbating after
To
watching one of her speeches.
yes, to one of her
um,
speeches.
and it's gross because they show too much of what's happening
It's
there.
just that's I think that's why I get like annoyed with him because that's all his movies are like that. They just go so far.
But it's not his fault. He didn't write this movie.
I feel like he did something with it.
Okay, that does. He's not a credited writer on this film, nor is he the director. But yes, I did think that scene was, they could have gotten the same sort of like drama and even like the funniness of it without actively showing us him jizzing on his face or in
See,
his
and then
beard or
you did
something.
not have to keep going. Ew!
I
I
had
can take
to. It's in the movie. What do you mean? I had to explain to our listeners why it was upsetting
Meanwhile,
to
she
us.
didn't want to say boulder, and then she says this word. Oh,
I didn't. No,
we're
whatever.
never gonna get sponsors like this.
Well, whatever. Anyway, so meanwhile, this whole time, Charlotte's team, is that woman her chief of staff? I don't really know
I
what
think
her
it's her
job
chief of
is.
staff. I think it's chief of staff, and
Okay.
I love that woman every time she is in something. I think she's so funny.
June
I
Diane
just don't know.
Raphael. Yeah, she's
Is
amazing.
that her name? She's
Yes,
so
that is her name.
funny.
She's great. I like her a lot. And so she's trying to convince, what's her name, Charlotte, that she shouldn't be with Fred because the public is not going to accept them. And she does this funny bit where she's like, we did some polling and asked people what they would think if, let's say, Princess Di started dating, I don't remember who she said in that one, but it's like putting a very powerful, gorgeous woman next to, it was like Danny DeVito, a potato wearing a windbreaker, and some other person, I don't remember who. And Charlotte's like, yeah, I get it, but this isn't your job. I didn't ask for your input on this. And she basically stands up for her right to have a relationship with whoever she wants. And I was like, good for you, girl.
Go ahead, Charlotte.
Go ahead.
Love that potato in a windbreaker.
But then she and Fred have a talk about it, and he's basically like, so she's telling him, like, we could just wait and, like, we can work on, like, scrubbing your image while I'm announcing my candidacy, and then we can announce our relationship in a few months. And he's like, okay, but what if in a few months it's not polling right and we decide we have to wait another few months, and then it's another few months, and this whole time I'll just be in the background. And he's like, I can't do that, basically, right? I think that's what happens. So they break up, and yeah, they break up. This is the end of the movie. No, they
no, it's not. It keeps going on.
Just kidding.
It's a long movie.
She's doing her big speech where she's announcing her candidacy to be the first female president of the United States. And she, in the middle of her speech, she's like, because she starts off the speech talking about who she was in high school and how she, like, whatever, is running to make that girl proud or some shit. I don't know. And she's like, actually, high school me would be very disappointed because I'm, lying to you guys. And she basically blows open the whole blackmail scheme. She's like, the president and Wembley are trying to blackmail me into, like, gutting my proposal for their own evil reasons. And now that I've said this, they're going to release a video of someone I love jerking off. And she's like, but it doesn't matter because you know what? We all jerk off. I know you do. And she says this, and she's like, so yeah, that's it. And she literally drops the mic. And yeah, they definitely released the video immediately.
See, immediately.
Fred has been watching this. He's with Lance, which this part of the movie, it actually happens shortly before this. After they break up, but before they get back together, Lance is trying to give Fred some advice and saying, like, you know, you got to get back with her and blah, blah, blah. Because Fred's whole thing this whole time is also that he doesn't like how Charlotte is, like, playing the political game and how politicians are all kind of just not standing for anything, and she's talking to Republicans and Democrats, and Lance is like, well, that's what she's supposed to do, like, she represents the American people. And Fred, this is like a very soft indictment of the Republican Party, because Fred's like, yeah, but one side is wrong and the other side is not. And then Lance, the only black main character in this movie, he's not even a main character, the only black person with like more than 3 lines in this movie, reveals that he is a Republican for no goddamn reason. And Fred is upset. He's like, how did I not know this about you? Blah, blah, blah. And he was like, all this time you've been telling me about picking myself up by the bootstraps and blah, blah, blah. And I didn't even realize. And I just feel like you can't just throw in a black Republican for a joke or for like the growth of the main character for no reason. It just felt, I hated that part of it, truly. And overall, I liked this movie, but I was like, don't do that. You guys could have gotten here without doing that. But again, I find this to be an issue with a lot of media that just looks at or tries to portray Democrats and Republicans as just like similar, but just a little different. Like, no, that's actually not the case. No. Give me a movie with 2 Democrats, with only Democrats who are friends and falling in love. Like, I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want Fred to be friends with a black Republican. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, good on you to think that the Democrats are not doing the same bullshit. But I just would rather not see. I just would not want to see a Democrat movie of
I don't want to
see
that either. I don't want to see a political movie either.
They do end up getting together at the end, and there's a big scene of switch, like she has to go meet him, he has to go meet her, all this running, and then they show at the end that they're together. He is the first man and she is the president, and they're just so happy, and he still looks like a schlub. I can't stand him. So anyways, it's the romance of the movie was there. It is a romantic comedy. It actually is a romantic comedy. It is funny. It is, I mean, again, if you believe in their romance, it is romance, but
I mean, yeah, I think their romance could be believable, but the outcome of the movie in which she wins the presidency is not believable under these circumstances. Like, no, I'm sorry. That's not.
But you know what I would have liked, though? I think that the chief of staff and the other staff member that hook up, I thought that was a funnier rom-com than what they had going on. I thought that was cute. So I wish they would have done like a look at them in comparison. It was only an okay movie. I don't know. I guess you liked it. I don't really care for it.
I mean, I liked it. Yeah, it's not a movie that I'm like, you guys have to see this movie. But it's also like, oh, it wasn't a terrible waste of my time. There were some parts that were enjoyable, and I was curious to see how it was going to end. But I also, again, I like Seth Rogen, so I guess
we gotta start there.
Yeah, I feel like that immediately was going to make this a difficult movie for you to like because you do not like it.
But see, like, I like Neighbors.
Oh, I was like, what's Neighbors? The British show?
No, the movie.
Yeah, I got you.
That was funny. Neighbors 2 wasn't my favorite, but Neighbors was.
No, it wasn't that good. But yeah, Neighbors is funny. I think he's funny. I don't know. He makes me laugh. I think he's funnier in some other movies than this, but overall it was a fun little
It
Fun
was a
little
cute little
movie.
something. What did you find on Al Gore's internet?
Well, I thought since it's been a little bit, we could do an Am I the Asshole?
My favorite.
Yay.
Yay.
I haven't read this. I only read the
Oh
title.
God, this is always an interesting thing when you haven't read them
Yeah, I know when I
first.
haven't read them, I haven't vetted them. Okay. Am I the asshole for using my friend's logic against her and making her cry?
Wait, isn't that called gaslighting?
What? Girl, I don't know. I haven't read it. I do not know. Okay. Okay. I, 36 female, went no contact with my narcissistic family last year as I was done being their scapegoat. My friend was encouraging me to call my mother and reconcile for Mother's Day. And I explained, again, the emotional and mental abuse I went through and her refusal to take accountability or seek therapy. She then lectured me on how it's hard being a parent. She's a parent and I'm not. And that as the eldest, you should have helped your mother around the house more and with your younger siblings. And that I should let bygones be bygones and call my mother for Mother's Day. I told her, so you think if I had done more chores and accepted more parentification as a kid, then I wouldn't have been abused? If it's too hard to be decent to your kids, then you shouldn't be a parent. Maybe you should have helped your abusive ex-husband around the house more. Maybe you shouldn't have had dinner 10 minutes late because you know his job is stressful and it's hard being a provider and a father. Next month is Father's Day. You should call and reconcile with him. How could I, as a child, stop the abusive behavior of an adult when, as an adult, you couldn't stop your husband from abusing you? Oh my God.
My God.
She cried and walked off. Our mutual friends agree that she was wrong to pressure me to reconcile with my mother, but she meant well and didn't understand, and I took it too far. I did this to make a point on how abuse isn't okay from anyone, even your parents. Am I the asshole? Oh my God. What?
Wow. My thing is that you went so far.
So
Like,
far.
I get it. You don't want to be told what to do with your family, but damn. I'm actually like really taken aback by this because, wow.
Imagine me. I was reading this. Okay, my thoughts. All right, so we don't often do this, but there's Am I the Asshole? These are the answers to the possible questions. There's Am I the Asshole? There's Not the Asshole. And then there's an ESH, which is Everyone Sucks Here. And so I will say this is an Everyone Sucks Here because I do think your friend was out of line. And I don't think that it was appropriate for her to do this while you were setting a boundary in your family. But I also think that this was inappropriate. I don't know. It was just shitty all around. I understand why you were upset, and I can kind of see why you would take it this far to kind of get her to see how the situations could be parallel. But yeah, no, that's kind of crazy.
That's wild.
What do you think?
You can't really come back from that. Like,
No,
I
no.
mean, like, yes to everything that you said, but like that's like, okay, this reminds me of this real big thing that happened on the Read a long time ago.
I was just thinking of
the dead boyfriend thing.
Yes.
There
Literally
is
was thinking about it.
The thing is, y'all, if y'all don't listen to the Read, you should because they're amazing, but they're on hiatus, I think, right now. But in the story, and Julie, correct me when I'm wrong. You see when I'm wrong, but
girl, I forgot it too. So I remember.
So what I can remember, yes, there was a group of women who were on a trip, and on the trip they got into an argument, and the woman who's writing the letter literally says that she screamed at her friend in this argument, well, at least my boyfriend's not dead.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Like, there is so much inappropriateness that you can't come back from that. Like, the argument and why it's so hard to even remember the argument, it was because the argument wasn't really, it's, the response was so harsh that the argument doesn't even matter. And that's what it feels like here. You obviously have your own issues with your family, and we will not disregard that exists. But there is a line, and the line was that you just made somebody else feel even worse when they were just trying to help you. Now, I wasn't there. I don't know your friend, but I do think that your friend is responding to what your friend knows. You're no contact. Parenting is hard. If you help support, maybe it's not brought in that way. But if she's not a narcissist, she's not going to know how your mother is. So it's really hard for her to give you advice because she's just going from her experience. But and you know that it's not fair to do that. And that's why you're sending us a message, because you know you went too far. There's no coming back
See,
from that.
I'm gonna push back on that only because I feel like, yeah, maybe her friend doesn't know what it's like because her friend's not a narcissist. Maybe, sure, but that's the point where you, as the friend, just trust that your friend has made a good decision or made the decision that's right for them. This girl did not ask for advice from her friend about reconciling with her mom. Her friend offered this unsolicited, and then when the person who wrote this said, "Hey, I don't want to do that," the friend kept pushing, and that's where she fucked up. I mean, she fucked up already trying to put herself in a situation where she wasn't in. So I definitely do think the friend is an asshole, but I think that the person writing this letter is a little bit of an asshole. But yeah, if someone tells you that they did something, it's not your job to convince them, because you just because you can't accept that some people don't have good relationships with their parents, and that not every kid is going to want to be a part of their parents' lives when they get older, that doesn't mean that it's the wrong choice for that person. Like, nobody else needs to be involved in that decision making. Um, and I guarantee you it was hard enough for the person writing this to make the decision, and will be hard enough for this person on Mother's Day without getting guilted by their friend, so-called friend. They're not going to be friends after this.
They can't be friends. There's no coming back from that. Like,
Yeah.
it, and that woman from the read, we still want an update. So I do want you
She
to know we never got
definitely
that
had to
update.
get her ass beat for sure.
There's no
That,
way.
because the
Oof.
the thing on the read was like, it was so, like, in this situation, it seems like they are both kind of like in a parallel scenario, but the her saying that on the read was like completely unwarranted. It was like they were fighting about X, and she threw in this like bomb that was
Oh, it's so
completely out of
bad.
nowhere and so shitty. Yeah, it was. And then to write into the read, it's so funny. Um
Right.
yeah. All right. Do you want to be done, or do you want another one? I don't
Let's do
care.
another one.
Okay. Am I the asshole for not moving out of my apartment so my brother can have it? I, female 23, have an older brother, 32. I moved out of my parents' house earlier than him and found a small place for myself that is really close to my job. The place is not the biggest, it's a 1-bedroom apartment, but it is enough for one person, and rent is very cheap, so I'm extremely happy with it. I put a lot of work into it and made sure it's my little happy space. Recently, my brother started staying over now and then. I don't have a problem with that. He works the night shift, and my place is also closer to his job than my parents' house. The problem began when he started bringing more and more of his stuff to my place. He brought his
Uh,
PS he brought his PS4, started gaming in my living room, and is overall just being a terribly inconsiderate guest and treats me like I'm our mom. I brought this up with my parents, and my dad suggested that I should let my brother live there and get myself a new apartment. He said I should look for a bigger place because my brother makes less money and he could afford my place while I could find something better. But I don't want a bigger apartment. I have no plans to have a family or partner where I would need anything more than 1 bedroom. And I put so much work into personalizing my apartment that this feels so unfair. My parents said I'd be an asshole for both kicking my brother out now, for staying over, and for not giving him the place. Is that true? edit for some additional info. My brother does not pay rent to me. He used to stay here for only a couple of days, but it's been turning into weeks. Yeah, am I the asshole? What? No?
No? No, but also, what? Some things like this I don't understand, because obviously parents, a lot of parents, I won't say all, a lot of parents are very like, oh, if one child can make it, the other one should help the other one. And I'm like, not necessarily true. I think there is a lot of opportunity for growth and learning and figuring it out. And the brother doesn't seem to even try to figure it out. He just kind of leeches on to whoever's around. So you're definitely not the asshole. And not, my thing is, it says moving out. I thought it was going to be like, my parents own this apartment and
right.
Like, I don't know, like, so your parents don't pay for this, you pay for this, and this man's just moving in, like secret quitting, but like, wait, quiet quitting, but quitting. Like something else, quiet moving in, like what?
And literally your parents, instead of asking their 32-year-old son to figure out his life, they're just like, oh yeah, he should take over your apartment, you could find something else. Mind you, there are 9 years between them. This girl is 23 and she already moved out, while her 32-year-old brother is just moving his PS4 from house to house.
No. And not the PS4. Like, that's your prized possession. I can't.
This is upsetting. I don't blame you for saying no, because that's an unreasonable request. It makes no sense. You know what? I'm just going to say it. Uh-oh. This is giving me immigrant parent energy.
Oh, that's what I thought immediately when I heard it.
Okay.
Immediately, that's where I was going. It was obviously, he's the prince of the house.
Right.
And now he has to be the prince of your house? Because boy,
so upsetting. No. Immigrant parents, please ask for more of your adult children, of your adult sons. Sorry, not children. Your sons, and when they're children, preferably, because then that will grow into adulthood and set them up for success.
Because
don't you want to set them up for success?
Why do you have to say he can afford your place? He hasn't afforded any place. He can't afford a place.
How could he afford anything?
He has afforded to benefit off of y'all. Get out of here. So and also, I could never imagine having somebody stay with me longer than 2 days when I was in a 1-bedroom. Y'all gotta keep it moving.
No, yeah. OMG. She needs to change the locks.
So this is a very small story, but it's cute. My our cousin just got a job in Atlanta as a nurse, and she's gonna be living here starting in the summer. And she was like, oh, her mom was like, Genny has an extra bedroom, you can stay with her. And I was like, oh, no, is that a thing that we're doing? And then she was like, oh yeah, it would just be me and 2 dogs. I was like, absolutely not.
Me and 2 dogs?
Gotta keep it pushing. I don't even have a dog. 2. It went from 1 to now 3 bodies. Absolutely. Get out my house.
Wait, first of all, you can't just invite yourself to move into someone's house. And second of all, not with 2 animals.
No, especially when I'm deathly allergic.
Okay, let's not say deathly. You're not deathly allergic to dogs. Please stop. You were just visiting a friend with dogs, bitch.
And I almost died. It was terrible.
You didn't. Yes. No, you didn't. But did you die? No.
Thank God for it.
You didn't even take your allergy pill before you went there. That's not a deathly illness. You're not deathly allergic.
Anyways, I am. But anyways, yes, I was like, stop. And then, of course, we didn't even talk about what it would be, right? Because if you are trying to come in, we got to talk about rent, girl. Get out of here. 2 dogs? 2 what out? No. And I actually think, if I'm thinking about this, did she just like not mention her man? I think it's 4 individual. No, absolutely not.
Wait, so she'll be moving her whole family to your home? Like, I'm sorry.
No.
What? Why would she even want that?
Why exactly? I'm not that great of a host. I will
And
make a
like, if you
mess and
does
encourage you to leave.
she currently lives with her man?
Yes.
Okay, so why would you go from currently living with your man to then moving in with your cousin and living in with your man? Like, that
It's
seems
not going to
like,
work out.
wouldn't you want your privacy that you have become accustomed to?
Your privacy. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, people
Mm-hmm.
are
The worst.
crazy. Yes, also,
Wild.
let's wrap this up because it's almost dinner time. I gotta walk the dog, do some laundry, prepare for a week of picketing like a 1930s textile worker
Well,
on the lines.
everybody has a dream. Here we go.
You know what? Yeah, it's given real Newsies vibe these days. Newsies, a movie I have not seen but know
Never.
all about.
Don't know anything about it.
You don't know Newsies? Wow.
I've heard of it. I've never heard anything about it.
Oh, it's about little newspaper workers
Mm.
fighting for fair wages with Christian Bale in it.
Oh, do not sign me up.
Okay,
Sounds
well, anyway,
sad.
this isn't about Newsies. This is about what you are looking forward to / what has brought you joy.
I know what I'm looking forward to.
Okay.
My birthday, Jenny DeMaio. And
Yay.
I got some branded materials to give out, including a sticker, a
What?
little cup that says Fiesta Jenny DeMaio, and M&M's with my face on it.
What? Wait, where did you get this branded stuff?
So M&M's on M&M's.com.
Sure.
The little cup from Oriental Trading Company.
Oh,
And
I always forget that exists.
and here's the thing, the personalization is super quick.
Really?
Like, legitimately, I ordered it, I want to say, like on a Wednesday, and it was here by Friday. Or something
Wow.
like that. It was super quick. The stickers took a while. They're at my mom's house, my parents' house. And then I always say my mom first because she's the one who actually checks the mail. That's why she has it. And then, yeah, it's super cute. I'm going to have a good time. I don't know why I bought stuff on my birthday to give to other people, but it just makes me feel good.
I mean, it's a party favor. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's legit. That's cool. I wish I could celebrate with you there.
What day? Remember last year we did celebrate together, and then
Oh
I broke nails
yeah. Your
and that you bought me.
nails. Oh
And
my
all the
god.
rhinestones came off, and I looked crazy. They were
That
so
was a
beautiful. It was
wild
a great Christmas,
time.
a great birthday gift.
Birthday.
What are you looking forward to, or brought you joy? Can you have joy this week
Yeah,
when
I'm
you're
allowed.
doing
I'm
this?
allowed.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm allowed joy. Well, since we last spoke, when was our last episode? I
Must
don't
have been a
remember.
month ago.
Yeah, in that time I started a new job that I loved. The writer's room, the new room, all the people in there brought me lots of joy. Unfortunately, because of the aforementioned writer strike, we no longer get to see each other in the writer's room, but we're trying to schedule some meetups to pick it together at the various studios around town. So, yeah, it was joyful to get to know this new group of people, and I am looking forward to my trip to Cancun, which is coming up in,
Oh,
I
yay!
know, less than 2 weeks. I am wholly unprepared. This trip snuck up on me in a way that a trip has not snuck up on me in a long time.
Okay, wait. It's at a resort, right?
Yes, but, yes.
All
Yes,
inclusive?
all inclusive.
So the best advice I can give for
Okay.
doing it, don't pack that much. Literally just bring your bathing suits and maybe a cover up.
Okay, but see, this group of people, there's like a dress code. It's a big,
Ooh.
like, one day we're all wearing pink on a boat. It's a whole thing.
Oh, never mind. Disregard.
So yeah, but I will need some logistical advice from you offline. I'll probably be asking you for things um since you just went there this year. So
Yep.
yeah, I can't believe it's already here. It's so crazy.
Yeah. Yay! You're gonna have a great time.
Thanks. I hope so. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that, and just looking forward
Perfect.
to, I guess, more picketing and Also, a fair contract
Wages.
for the Writers Guild of America from the
God damn it.
AMPTP. Yeah.
All those things. We stand in unity.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm a sit though. I can't stand that long.
Apparently, I can't either. But because I got
know.
weak ankles. Okay, I got weak ankles.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
Thanks for listening to Get Funny.
We hope you laughed.
But if you didn't,
we did.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
We killed it.
Crushed it.